and I just wanted to roll to kind of talk about why I decided to start a YouTube channel and the reasoning behind it, but also to kind of document this journey, because I think it'll be really interesting to look back on, you know, in the future, whether I decide to continue this or not. It'll be like a time capsule almost of being able to see the thought processes that went behind me creating this channel and like going through the process, really. I thought it would be interesting for other people to see what it's like to start a YouTube channel, like how I started one and what the process was like for me, and for myself in the future as well, just to be able to look back on and see, you know, like the process of how I came to be, I guess. So I didn't prepare a script or anything like that, but on my Notion I have kind of like written this down / like went through the thought process when I was starting to create or thinking of creating a YouTube channel, and so I'm just gonna be referring to that on my phone. So if I'm looking down or like looking at my notes, that's what I'm doing. So to give a little bit of background, I wanted to start a YouTube channel for, I don't even know, like 3, 4, 5 years, ever since high school, so probably more along like 5 or 4 years. And I just never got around to doing it because I was too busy with schoolwork or just overwhelmed, or, you know, like just dealing with a lot of things in life, and just never could commit to making videos. But, you know, I decided this year that if I want anything to come out of it, I have to actually start. I definitely had the fear of starting, like big time. There was so much fear. Before I posted the first one, I was so scared. And even recording the first one was really difficult because I wasn't, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. So it was just very much like, you know, like shooting what I thought might be a good video and then trying to edit that kind of awkward footage and then posting that to the world. And it was really intimidating. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it was super intimidating. But the thing is that once you post it, and I think a lot of people, a lot of like YouTubers talk about this, but once you post that video, it's not that big of a deal in a weird way. Like, it is a big deal because it's your first step, you know, and you have to start in order to see where anything goes. It is a big deal because it is the first step that you've taken to start this process, right? And to kind of initiate the process. But at the same time, it's not a big deal in the sense that like people don't really care in a good way. I feel like when you say people don't care, it sounds bad, but in a good way, I think people don't really care. I don't think people really judge you for it. At least in my case, I didn't really experience that. If anything, I've had positive feedback where people are like, oh, it's cool that you're starting a YouTube channel, or oh, that's so like amazing that you made a video, you know, like that kind of feedback, instead of, oh my gosh, like you started a YouTube channel, that's so embarrassing, ha ha ha. Like, nobody has said that to my face. Maybe some people are thinking it, but I've never gotten that kind of feedback. And I think like you have to post your first video in order to experience that, you know, like you have to actually publish that video in order for you to go through the process of realizing like, oh, like it's not that big of a deal. And plus, like, because you have like 0 subscribers and like the only people watching your videos are the people you told that you made first video to, like, it really doesn't get that far. It's your first video. It's just, you know, to get you started. So why did I want to start a YouTube channel in the first place? I think it really comes down to me wanting to create and put something out into the world, whatever format that may be. And I think a video just made the most sense to me because, as you can probably tell from these videos, I do enjoy talking. And even though I'm just talking to a camera right now, like, I really enjoy verbally processing things, and, you know, like I use a lot of hand gestures as well. So I just felt like other forms of media didn't really quite capture exactly who I was and what I had to say. And so I think that's why ultimately I settled on the video format and YouTube. Part of it is I want to document my life. It's interesting to look back on and kind of have like a backlog of memories that, you know, you captured and you edited. I think that's really fascinating and interesting. But at the core of it, it really comes down to like wanting to express myself and wanting to creatively express who I am to the world and get myself out there, I guess, frankly. Not in the sense that I want to be famous or anything like that, but in the sense that like I want to be able to express what I have to say, who I am, my personality, my interests, and kind of put that out there, you know, and connect with people who are like-minded or people who are interested in the same things as me or have the same thoughts as me, or just kind of create a community, really, I think. And in the process, if I'm able to inspire people to, you know, do the same thing or ultimately like really live out their authentic life, I think that's something that's really important to me, to really be authentic. And so, you know, if I'm able to do that in the process of me, you know, trying to create a community, trying to express myself creatively, then I think that's great too. I feel like at this stage, I can't verbalize or package why I wanted to start a YouTube channel in like a nice branded way. And I think that's okay. I think that's just how it is in this stage. And I'll probably do these updates, you know, periodically if I do continue down this YouTube journey of like where my thoughts are at, like my why, I guess, and kind of continue to define my North Star. It's kind of like a behind the scenes of the creation process and really figuring out what I want to do and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think eventually I want to get to a point where I'm able to express myself more coherently and have like more of a mission statement and really be clear on the why. But right now I think it's very much like a experimental phase of trying this out and trying to figure out where I am, you know? And I think that's okay. I think that's just part of being in this beginning stages. I think I'm really at an interesting stage in the YouTube journey because I've really just started my channel. Like I only have 6 videos out. I've, you know, barely really scratched the surface of the process. And so I think it's really interesting for me to make this video now when I'm kind of trying to figure out my footing, because I think there's a lot of possibilities. So what can you expect from me going forward? I think there's a lot that you can expect. I want to continue doing this. I definitely want to continue trying to upload every week. I know I missed last week, but I was kind of on break, trying to figure stuff out, so forgive me. But going forward, I definitely want to try and stick to a weekly schedule, take this seriously. And in terms of the types of content, I think I'm still in the experimenting stage. So there's going to be vlogs, there's going to be study with me, there's probably going to be like what I eat in a day kind of videos. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna try different stuff out and see, you know, what does well, but also see what I personally like, because I think I'm still trying to figure out what kind of content I enjoy creating. Because, you know, so far it's mostly been just kind of documenting my life, and as fun as that is, I want to be able to do different kinds of formats as well. I think, yeah, truly at this stage, I'm really going to prioritize making as much content as I can and also trying to improve incrementally in each iteration, because there's only so much growth that can happen in one video, I think. And so I'm gonna do my best to incrementally grow and improve, and hopefully over time that will compound. Currently in the process of editing the trip, the weekend vlog, and so that should be up next week, if not sooner. I'm almost done with the edit. I've just been feeling a little bit stuck on some parts, so I'm trying to smooth that over. But in the meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what I make and kind of see my journey progress. I would greatly appreciate it if you join the community that I'm trying to make here. And if you like this video, leave a like. That also helps too. Thank you for watching. Bye.